Welcome to 1 Minute Wins with Dr. Dana Martin, the podcast where intentional growth meets practical leadership. One quote, one lesson, one action to help you lead yourself and others better. Let's jump in. Welcome back to 1 Minute Wins. I am Dr. Dana Martin, and today, episode 19, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite aspects of leadership, unlocking potential. True leadership, it's not about how far you can go alone, but about how many people you can bring with you. Bill Bradley said, leadership is unlocking people's potential to become better. And that really is the heart of it. Leadership isn't control, it's cultivation. The best leaders don't demand greatness from others, they draw it out. Unlocking potential is intentional. It's a very intentional act. You don't just, I accidentally stumbled into unlocking someone's potential. It takes time, patience, and the willingness to see what others might miss. And sometimes people don't believe in themselves. Okay, let me rephrase that. Most of the time, people don't believe in themselves. And that's because no one has ever believed in them first. And your encouragement just might be the key that unlocks someone's confidence, creativity, courage. I mean, look, only one person believed that Darth Vader had good in him, had the potential to still be light side. His son, Luke. No one else believed. But one person did. And because that one person believed in him, and because that one person made a connection with him, Darth Vader ultimately turned from the dark side, back to the light side, and saved his son and killed the Emperor. Now, those of you that follow me on other areas of this wonderful World Wide Web know that this is normal stuff over on the Sith Dominion podcast that we talk about. But it's a perfect example for potential. Anakin always had the potential to be a great Jedi, and he was, till he fell. And then, ultimately, his last act was that of a great Jedi. But that's because one person believed in him, one person encouraged him, and one person saw what others missed. I worked with a team leader once. They had a quiet analyst on their staff, and this analyst, man, she was brilliant, a brilliant mind, so smart, but she rarely spoke up in meetings. And one day, the leader pulled her aside and said, you see things others don't, and I need you to lead the next presentation and show them these things. The analyst was like, no, I don't know that I can do that, right? But she did. And she nailed it. And within 6 months, she got promoted. The leader didn't just assign a task, right? The leader saw the strength, played to the strength, unlocked a potential that even that individual did not know was there. And it may have stayed dormant forever. And that's the true power of intentional leadership. According to a Gallup poll, employees who felt their managers focused on their strengths are 61% more engaged and 50% less likely to experience burnout. What were we just talking about? Focusing on those strengths. And when leaders intentionally develop the potential, it becomes reality. It becomes production. Because those people, they don't just work harder. They work with a purpose. And some of that purpose is your belief in them. Ken Blanchard. I love this quote. The key to successful leadership today is influence, not authority. People don't follow titles. We've talked about this on this podcast before, and many people do in other arenas, and it's so true. Influence is strongest when it lifts others. We're not talking about manipulation. We're talking about motivation in one of the most purest forms, influence, because influence is me allowing you. That's one of the greatest gifts anyone can give. Influence. I'm allowing you influence over me. Unlocking potential isn't about showing people what you do. It's about showing them what they can do. And think about, what was his name? John Wooden, the legendary basketball coach, John Wooden. His players, they didn't just win championships, man. They became better men because of how he led. Wooden focused on fundamentals, discipline, and character. And developing that character. And that all those were way more important than the scoreboard. The gameplay would come based on where his focus was. He believed in his players. He valued his players. And they believed he believed in them. And his influence is because his influence didn't end when the game ended. It carried into his players' lives, and that's what happens when you lead with the goal of unlocking potential instead of just managing performance. Okay, well, how do we do this? What 3 steps are you giving us today, Dana? You always say it's simple. Well, it is. Intentional ways, 3 of them to help others grow. And you do not have to be a leader in a business. You don't have to be a mother in a household. You don't. Peers, man. Just practice peer leadership. And more importantly, practice self-leadership. Here's 3 intentional ways to help others grow. Number 1, see beyond the surface. Look past what someone else does today and imagine what they could do tomorrow. Speak life into them. Number 2, use words that affirm their strengths, not highlight their weaknesses. Again, play to their strengths. And number 3, give real opportunities, not just busy work. Growth doesn't happen in theory. It happens in action, and delegate intentionally and purposefully. Your belief in someone might be the moment their potential awakens. We as leaders don't always get to see those seeds we plant blossom and grow into full-on trees that bear fruit and then seed other areas. But when you do get that opportunity, God, what a blessing that is. All because you took a half a second to think on someone and believe in someone who maybe didn't even believe in themselves. So whose potential can you unlock today? Nobody's. That was a trick question. The real question is, whose potential can you help unlock today? An individual can unlock their own potential. You cannot. But man, you sure could be a catalyst. Someone around you needs your encouragement. Someone around you needs your trust. And they need those things to help take them to the next step. Recognize and affirm someone's strength today. Send them the message, speak a word, or just simply say, I see something in you. Leaders don't just get results. We grow people. Every interaction is a chance to unlock someone's confidence, passion, or even purpose. You've been listening to 1 Minute Wins with Dr. Dana Martin. Visit DMILM for more leadership tools and check out my book, 1 Minute Wins. Take control of your growth journey 1 minute at a time on Amazon. And always remember,